Ladies and gentlemen, slap some bread down, add some peanut butter. It's time for a jam session with Matthew Klein and me and Joe. Matthew, how the hell are you doing?
That was literally my intro. You read my mind. It was something almost similar. It was like grab the knife, get the jar. It's time for a jam session, and perfect.
It was we were joking about peanut butter the other day, and all of a sudden, I was like, I have to do that.
Perfect.
Do I get to be
so
the peanut butter? Am I the jam? Am I the bread? Like,
I don't know.
which component are we each in this jam session? I'm very curious now.
Well, now here's the question: is it a North American peanut butter and jam sandwich, or is it a British peanut butter and jam sandwich?
Ooh, and what's the difference?
Butter.
Probably the ingredients in the British sandwich are much tastier and healthier for you.
Butter? That probably sounds so much better.
Yeah, so there aren't many sandwiches in the UK that don't have bread and butter is the core basis for any sandwich in the UK.
Oh, I love it.
Amen.
And then you would put like mayo on top of that and whatever. So you butter both sides of your bread, then you put your jam, then you put your
I love it.
Peanut butter down.
Sounds so much better than just, jam.
And don't get me wrong, I am guilty of just doing jam and peanut butter in my PB&J because the butter is usually too hard to open because I can't have butter on the counter because I have a four-legged friend or two who like to jump up on the counter and knock the butter jar open.
Oh,
you
say
have
the butter
a
jar? Interesting. Okay.
And I say that because like we would have it on a a butter dish like with a cover over it on the counter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just too hard if it's in the fridge.
I just didn't know it was one of those things that, like, in Canada they only sell it in jars, like they sell milk in bags. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
They probably do sell it in jars, but no, I haven't seen one in jars.
Nice.
I just want to point out, I don't think we're calling butter by its proper name, which is love. Anything made with butter is made with love.
Yeah,
the secret ingredient.
I mean, back in the day when I had a very pronounced Boston accent, it would be pâté. It would not be butter. Everything was pâté because that was like the brand. But it just, God, I cringe when I hear people say that now. They're like,
I've never heard of that.
Oh, gonna go to the kitchen and get some pâté. I'm like, oh God, no. Or margarine. Sounds like you're saying Margaret. Yeah. It sounds like you're saying Margaret, margarine.
It was so big when I was growing up was margarine, and now like everybody's like, ooh, that's far worse for you than butter. Don't eat that.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Yeah,
way worse.
Most of these substitutes that are come up with actually end up being worse than the original thing you were going to eat.
But I have a laptop.
But now you're just making me hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So let's stop. I have a laptop now that's very fast. So I'm going to be a little bit more additive to the show because I'm going to pull up the Wrestlemania card and help us.
So today's jam session. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Today's jam session, we're doing a preview, are we?
Yes.
Is WrestleMania tonight or is it next week?
Next week.
Next week.
I'm gonna miss night one for the first time in I don't know, 20 years. I'm gonna miss a night of WrestleMania because
I want you to understand something about me, Joe. My sister, her husband, and their two kids are coming up next weekend.
Yep.
For a trip to New York. No. In a Jewish household, we don't do a lot of Easter. We like Easter.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I'm sorry.
Great guy. But so they're coming up, and it's to celebrate both kids' birthdays. One kid has a birthday early April, the other is Cinco de Mayo. So this is sort of a group trip. It's the first time that all of them are coming up to New York together in probably like 10 years. But I have told them that from 7 p.m. Onwards, from Saturday and Sunday, they can come to Uncle Matthew's, but I'm not going out.
Yeah.
No, not at all. My mother is a die-hard wrestling fan who will also be up and staying with me and put her foot down and said, we are not missing WrestleMania. So welcome to just a little insight.
So
yes, the reason insight.
Here's the only reason I'm missing this for the first time in 20 plus years
I
is
can't wait.
my cousin bought me really expensive seats to Metallica in Syracuse, and I have to go up to New York as well. I'm going up to Fulton, New York to go to Syracuse, and he bought me tickets for Christmas for Metallica last year. So like that was my Christmas present. So I can't
Yeah,
miss that.
that's rough.
But you know what kills
That's
me?
rough.
Fucking the one time I'm missing, CM Punk is the main event of WrestleMania night 1, and it's like the one time I'm missing. It's almost
So
like I'm
if it
so
if it
like
if it
torn
makes you
apart.
feel better, the main event of night one isn't really the main event. It's the main event of the final.
Don't
The-
tell
the-
Punk that. He cried.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
Alex,
No, like
you coming in with a hot take?
yeah, well, if you're headlining a festival, doesn't matter what
I
it is, if a
I
metal
think
show,
Alex is
whatever.
right. I think he's 100%
Like
right.
it's
Yeah.
I went to see Metallica when they were playing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I went to see a Download 2003 or 2003 in the UK, and Iron Maiden were playing, and
Yeah.
they headline night one, and the headliners of night two, and one would argue the headliner of the entire festival was going to be Limp Bizkit, but they didn't show up. So instead, it was like a band that you never would have expected to headline, but they were fine. It was
Curse you, Fred.
yeah, well, whatever. I wasn't that upset. I think it was Audio Slave maybe, who weren't that big at the
Oh,
time.
that's not bad.
Yeah, they
But I
had
mean,
one
that's
out,
such a drop down from Iron Maiden main event thing.
which is what was hilarious. But on top of that, Metallica played a surprise show on the Saturday too, so it didn't matter what Sunday brought. It was never going to beat seeing Iron Maiden and Metallica on the same day.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah,
That's
that's
interesting.
pretty epic.
And
So
Metallica
so I-
were in the side tent. It wasn't even the main stage. So
That's great.
and
That's even better.
and
so
they
yep.
weren't even built for this festival. It was very much a case of a couple of vendors said, "Hey, go check out Apocalyptica. You're gonna really enjoy it." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "You're gonna really enjoy it." Okay.
Yep.
Apocalyptica were covering for Metallica,
That's all.
so
I've heard of them.
they're
Incredible.
really good.
Yeah.
And they actually ended up on the main stage on Sunday as a thank you for giving up their spot.
Yeah.
But Metallica were contracted to play another festival and weren't legally allowed to advertise that they were at Download.
Yeah. So I was like, you're lucky. He's like, no, I bought these tickets for you. You're lucky because he's not a wrestling fan. I'm like, ugh. But I mean, I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers of all things. I have
It can
thoughts,
be done.
and I know
you
you have.
done.
Yeah.
I know you have a hard stop. So
I did
Matthew,
that with the Super Bowl one year, Joe.
oh, I don't know how the hell
my,
you do
my,
that. That's impossible.
Oh no! So what it was is
No,
it was
it's actually not
Super
easier
Bowl
than you would think.
57.
Mm-hmm.
It was Super Bowl 57, Eagles versus the Chiefs, the first time when we lost. And my partner and I have a tradition where Super Bowl Sunday is where we celebrate Valentine's Day if we're in the States.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
everybody is at a Super Bowl party. Nobody's at any of the good restaurants on Super
Right.
Bowl
What a
Sunday.
genius idea.
Just
Life
saying.
hacks from Matthew Klein, folks.
There you go. And now I'm going to ruin it, and everybody will never get out.
Yeah, of
True,
course.
because it's the Super Bowl. People are going to their parties. And that night, we had already committed to going out with another couple who were not football fans. So, well, that's the truth.
Shame on them. Shame on them.
He is unfortunately a 49ers fan right now.
Oh yeah, he's
But-
not a football fan.
He's not a football fan. So I was like, okay, listen, I'm not going on the subway. We're going to take an Uber to and from the restaurant. And in Uber, I had my headphones on. I blocked out social media. I blocked out I put my phone in airplane mode. So nobody could text me. Nobody could message me. I couldn't get news updates. When we went to the restaurant, I made sure we were not in view of any television sets.
That's amazing.
And I managed. I got all the way home, and I was recording the game. So when I got home, I kept my blackout going. She went to bed, and I literally just started watching the game at like midnight, and was not spoiled at all.
Hey,
you're amazing.
It was a great game. We lost. It was a great game. So that was how I did it. It was
at least
so
if
you
you're
can do
watching
this
it
with
on
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was the game you shouldn't have
very
watched.
easy.
Because I mean, you shouldn't have lost that game initially. That was a horrible call.
Look, we won last year. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Here-
So,
in the
Alright.
biggest
thing,
blowout
though.
in Super Bowl history.
Yeah,
Yep.
with
Go ahead, Alex.
Matthew watching it on a recorded version, you probably only had to spend half an hour watching the game as opposed to
Hour and a
4
half.
hours of
Hour and a half.
commercials.
I got
Yeah,
to flip through all the boring parts, all the commercials, all the commentary, like interviews on the sideline stuff. I skipped through all that. It was great. It was the best experience I had watching a football game, except
That's
we
awesome.
lost at the very end.
so
Yeah.
so now you know what it's like to watch a real football game with none of the crap in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it reminds
Great.
me of the episode. The last thing I'll say, and then we'll talk wrestling. It reminds me of the episode of How I Met Your Mother, where Ted is where they're all trying to avoid watching the Super Bowl, and they all get spoiled one way or another throughout the day. And he's just like, "Oh, you want to watch the commercials? Screw it. Let's just watch Barney lose some money." And but that's amazing that you were able to do it, because I don't know if I'd be able to do it, because in my circles I'd screw it up somehow.
You just got to stay off phone, social media, Reddit.
No, you gotta lock yourself in the house, and just not check anything.
I think if
you have to pretend it's the year 2000 again. That's what you have to do.
If Matthew can do the Super Bowl in the States, you can do WrestleMania, because I feel like the Super Bowl is more likely to be everywhere than WrestleMania.
Correct.
Or my unlucky ass will be like coming out of the concert, and the guy will be like, "Dude, I can't believe Punk lost." I'll be like, "You motherfucker."
Oh, I'm going to be messaging you, Joe, in our group chat, and I'm going to be messaging you like every single different possible scenario for somebody winning and losing in each match.
I love it.
Just let you be like, wait, which one is true, which one isn't, and that'll be your fun side game. Yes.
What if I were you, Joe? What I would do is mute our group chat, which is what I usually do whenever there's an event. I'm like, I'm going to ignore that for a day or two.
But to be fair, though, honestly, besides Punk, WrestleMania Night 2 is Night 2, and I'll be flying home for Easter and Night 2. And I told everyone it's a holy day, and they're like, "I know it's Easter." I'm like, "No, it's WrestleMania." I'm like, I need to be left alone. Like my buddies who are coming over, I'm like, "You get there. I don't care how you get there. You bring food. You do whatever, because I'm going to be driving like." Fulton, New York from here is like 4 to 6 hours. I'm not sure exactly.
That's not terrible.
So I'm like, it's going to be a
to a New Yorker, that sounds awful, because everything
sounds awful to me too. Yeah,
so
sounds awful to me too.
Hey,
now my partner's from Texas. That's like, oh, that's a quick jaunt. That's no big deal.
Yeah,
like a 6-hour drive. It's like,
Matthew,
we do that in a day. It's fine.
I'm with you,
the
Matthew.
same.
It sounds
so
awful.
Sure. When you live remotely, Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, like we'll often go to there's a convention coming up in June, I think, in New Brunswick, and it's like 2 hours away. I'm like, oh, that's like in the backyard. That's perfectly close enough for me to just pop over for a day.
Perfectly close. That's not bad.
I get to Philly in less time than 2 hours. Then you're going to go to that convention.
Yeah. All right, folks. I know we have a hard stop, so I'm going to just hit the main beats. This is what the card is right now. It shows on Wrestling News. So we're going to go from lowest to highest.
Like Jey Uso? Yes, we do. Yes.
Yeah. So let's see here. We're going to go from lowest to highest.
Did you see that they released the cards for both nights? And it looks like the match orders as well have been released.
No, I didn't see that. No, it doesn't have that.
Oh, I got that right. Do you want to go match order? Night by night?
Yeah, let's go match order. Night by night. Yeah.
All right. So the opening, it looks like, for Saturday, according to Fightful, which is
don't say Gunther 30% and Jay.
Of the time, is Gunther and Jay will kick off WrestleMania weekend.
Why?
The opening. Hey, you got to have a hot opening. You're not going to be the closer. You want to be on first, right? That's what everybody says. And if you're going to start WrestleMania, Jey Uso's entrance is a hell of a way to start WrestleMania.
That's true.
It's going to be a hell of a visual.
The irony of him being main event Jey Uso and is not main event.
Yeah.
So good. It's so good. I actually love that. I love it so much.
I really hope when he comes out,
but you're not really the main event.
When he comes down, it's main event Jey Uso in the opening match of night one.
I bet they don't use that moniker.
Jey Uso. Yeah,
they will not use the moniker main event Jey Uso.
Yes,
they will come up with every other descriptor except his moniker.
Pat McAfee will absolutely call him main event Jey Uso like twice.
Pat McAfee will, but the announcer won't, I think.
Pat McAfee is
Michael
an
Cole
announcer.
Is not going to call him main event. And Alicia Taylor, whoever's going to do the ring announcing, is not going to call main event Jey Uso. I will bet $1, gentlemen. I will
All
put
right,
$1 on
I
this.
will take that. Let's go with that
All
dollar.
right.
All right, you're getting 20 nickels from me. Just saying.
All right, let's
So.
do it. Let's do it. All right,
I'll
so
even
And I'm
give you
gonna
a
go.
nickel
I'm
back.
gonna kick this off, and I'm gonna say Jey Uso loses to Gunther.
holy shit.
I'm gonna
Really?
say Jey Uso is not the bigger, longer term story. Gunther is. Jay's gonna lose.
All right, I'm gonna
Jay will win
disagree
the
with you.
respect of Gunther. Jay is not gonna win that match.
Okay, that's you're locking that in.
I'm locking that in. Gunther is the story. Gunther has built his entire character on long title reigns. It has not
Yep.
been a year yet.
No, it
If
hasn't.
Gunther loses, it completely undermines the long-term trajectory for that character, and you have way too many baby faces on Raw to chase him, and not enough
Right.
heels to chase Jey Uso. I
Right.
don't think it's a one and done match. I would, if you told me a Backlash they're going to be in a cage or something,
Oh, God.
sure. Lumberjack
No.
match, sure. But
All right.
I don't think I think going on first is another reason you can get away with it. Is you can
Sure.
have Jay lose, win the respect of Gunther, and by the main event, the audience has recovered for what I expect will happen. So I'm going
Yeah.
Gunther over Jey Uso.
All
Jay is
right.
not a champion. Jay is a challenger. He's not a champion.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna say Jay wins because this is match 4 between him and Gunther. And if you don't let him win, all the backlash you got for the Royal Rumble, all the choices that you made, all the effort you put in that this could have been someone else's spot would be a complete waste. I think Jay is a champion. I think he's a viable champion. He's just a short-term champion. He's not a
He's a Mick Foley.
long-term.
He's a guy that's like,
Yes.
oh, I won the title 3 times and held a total
Yes.
of 41 days.
41 days, right? That's what he
A
is.
transitional champion.
He's a transitional champion, sure, but he will win at WrestleMania because I'm gonna call Sami Zayn helps him win.
Oh, interesting. All right, Alex, where are you on this?
I really want Gunther to win
Of course you do.
because I just
Yes.
I love Gunther, but he doesn't need this win as much as Jay.
I would
I
disagree with
totally
that.
disagree. I think he needs it
Okay.
more than Jay.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
Because Jay is clearly the most popular superstar with the audience, I think, right now. And I'm saying nothing about his capabilities in the ring, but I think that Gunther is the way to go in terms of, like Matthew said, having a heel chase, having faces chasing that he can beat down. Right? You
Yeah.
can use Gunther like you did Roman to give a prop to someone like LA Knight who's coming after the challenge for the world title. You can prop up other faces who AJ Styles, who may be on his way out in a year or two. Have him
Yeah.
set up a feud with Gunther.
AJ versus Gunther. Now you're talking, Alex.
Now you're
Right?
talking. Now
I
you
love
are
that.
talking.
But
AJ's
I
got
also
one
don't-
more championship shot in him, and he's got to go up against Gunther. Amazing story.
I don't think that Jay winning the Rumble and then not being able to take Gunther out is a bad story because it's clearly established Jay has no answer for Gunther. He doesn't. And
Yeah,
if
I
he's
know,
already
but why
losing
continue
confidence,
it? Why continue it?
because it's a great way to get the fans still cheering for Jay as the underdog. I think
It's a great way to get the fans to stop cheering for Jay. Fans don't cheer losers.
I think it
No,
all
not
depends on the execution. It
not
all
the
depends
four-time
on the
losers.
execution.
Yeah, the flip
Here's
side
the thing,
is
though.
that you've got Cody Rhodes as the face champion.
Right.
You have Jay as a face champion. It doesn't. One of them is going to lose sooner than later, and I think Triple H is going to bet more money on Cody Rhodes than he would Jay.
Well,
so that's why Jay I don't think is going to win.
I did pick Jay, and I have an alternate universe take on this at the very end of the night.
That's
so
fair.
Actually, at the very end of the weekend, I have an alternate universe take.
I will also say people are underestimating something. Everybody's talking about, oh, this storyline and bringing Jimmy Uso and Gunther getting Jimmy bloody and everything. Everybody was talking about what it did for Jay's stock as a character.
Yeah.
I think people are underestimating what it did for Gunther's stock as a character.
Oh yeah, it definitely
Jay's
did.
not the only one getting elevated here.
No, of course
so
not.
don't sell short the fact that Gunther is getting more equity from the storyline the same as Jay is, because Gunther looked like a killer. Gunther
Gunther
looked
looked like a
like
killer,
an
and he was lost in
unbeatable.
the
He had been,
shuffle
and
for
that
the
got his
prior
mojo
weeks,
back.
which was disgusting. Like since January 6th, he
So
was lost in the shuffle.
I
January
mean, so
6th.
I'm just saying, like Gunther's benefiting from this and is building his own momentum
Yeah.
that might justify him keeping that title. So
I say Jay
there you
still
go.
just because, here's the deal. Fans like Daniel Bryan point out are fickle and they're pissed that he won, but I think they'll be even more pissed that he won the Royal Rumble and lost if he doesn't get the title, at least sniff the title. I really do. Plus, can you imagine the angry tweets from Rikishi? He'd be furious.
I mean, that's
Exactly.
a reason to do it.
Yes.
What
I
will they
He's
do?
I
he's
also think
just
that
gonna sell
giving
it. Yeah.
I think that giving Jay the loss early in the night is the way to go because, like Matthew said, it
Exactly.
recovers it.
For me, it's the opposite, but okay. So 2 for
Okay.
Jay. I mean, 2 for Gunther, 1 for Jay. Okay.
All right,
Alright.
let's go from one world title to the other. Let's talk Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte
Oh
Flair.
man,
My
let's talk
gosh.
this. First of all,
So who you got?
okay, can I go first?
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead, Joe.
I will say, Alex, I don't know if you've kept up with this. I will say this shoot promo thing that they've done was the smartest thing that they ever could have done to reinvigorate this because this thing was floundering like bad fish. Like this was awful because on paper, this was my dream match. We were talking about this back in I think December. We were talking about this. I was so excited. Or, if this ever happened. And they just did not gel. They did not connect, nothing. And then Tiff went low blow to the point where I guess it's really not just a shoot promo, but they have serious heat backstage is the word, supposedly. I think, all right, here we go. I'm going to go with Charlotte. She's the bigger star. Tiffy, I think, is great. I think this showed a lot of her shortcomings, trying to put her into a main event slot that she's not ready for it. She's not. She's great. She looks great. She's got the catchphrase. This is not her time. She's not Rhea Ripley. She's not Becky Lynch. She's not even Bayley. Can you guys hear me still?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're just letting you go, man.
Charlotte has to take this. I'm enjoying the shit out of Charlotte's heel character way more than I'm enjoying Tiffy's, face turn. I like Tiffy's heel character too. Her face turn has just not been it. And quite frankly, there's a lot of politicking. After all this now, I don't think Charlotte Flair is going to agree to lose. The question is, do they stiff the shit out of each other in the ring? Because she went to a place where even I'm saying was kind of wrong to go. But then I started thinking about it. This is not new because I remember when Paige used Reed's death against Charlotte in a feud when she was like, "Oh, your little baby brother didn't have so much fight in him, did he?" And Charlotte jumped over the table. So it's not like the first time she's had her personal life flipped at her. But I think it was shocking because this is the first time you've seen Charlotte ever get taken off her game, promo wise. I mean, she got taken off her game, that promo. It was so ugly now that they've heavily edited it. But if you see the original, I'm sure you have, Matthew. She's just in the turnbuckle going, "What do you want me to say?" To the crowd. She's asking them what she wants to say. And then she just flails like a boxer going down. "Oh yeah, well, Ludwig Kaiser's in my DMs." That was like a grade school comeback. You know what I mean? That is not Charlotte Flair. So for all these reasons, I think Charlotte Flair is taking it. I think it's going to be a Hogan reason. Charlotte's taking it. She's not losing it. No,
I
she's
mean,
not.
Charlotte was always going to take it, in my opinion. I'm going
You think
to
so?
join you on
Okay.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, because Tiffy needs to build back the underdog, face
Yeah.
chasing the champion. She's got to grow,
She
and
needs more
now
seasoning, big time.
well, you can start the journey now of Tiffy realizes, wow, I thought I was on your level. I was wrong. Who am I? How
Yeah.
do I get to your level?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
chases Charlotte as her final
Exactly.
boss all the way to SummerSlam. You got 2 nights of SummerSlam, guys. You got to have something.
I know,
on. So
Jesus.
I feel like you can spend the next 3, 4, 5 months of Tiffany earning
I
her way
agree.
back to Charlotte, and
I
it's
agree.
Charlotte's return after a year, and Charlotte
Yep.
works best as the champ. She works
She
best as
does.
the heel champ that everybody is trying to level up as the
Yep.
what was it, the opportunity she used to call herself.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
let's be very clear, this has been a crazy winding shit show of a road. But if you
Yeah.
think this is not one of those matches, this is a car crash everybody wants to see
Oh,
right
this
now.
is everyone wants to talk about this one.
Everybody
This
wants to talk about this. They did it. They did their job that they want to
did their
talk
job.
about
I
this.
don't know, but here's the thing: they did their job, but I think one of them was not in the know of what they were gonna do. Like, I truly do believe. I mean, I don't think this is a
At
case
the
of
end of
we're
the
being
day, it's
worked by
about
both.
chatter, man. Who cares
Yeah,
how
but
they got there? Did they get to
no,
where they need to be, where everybody wants to watch this match?
I
I
don't think
do.
we're. Yeah, I do too, but I don't think we're being worked by both. I think Tiffy fucking went way off script and just blindsided her because I've never seen
One
Charlotte.
day there'll be a WWE 24 about WrestleMania 41,
Exactly.
and the true story will come out. Alex, where are you? We're both on Team Charlotte here. Where are you going?
I flipped a coin for Charlotte.
Nice.
Attaboy.
There you go. There you go.
Charlotte's
Charlotte
the
it
greatest
goes.
woman to ever lace a pair of boots anyway, so
I
I'm fine with
Amen.
it.
Now that said,
So
I
say we
do
all.
think that we're probably looking at more of a work than you would realize because Triple H
I
has
totally
shown.
agree with you, Alex.
I think
Okay.
he's shown over the last few years that he's not afraid to manipulate the dirt sheets.
Blur lines. Yeah, you're right. You're 100%
So
right.
He does
it's
so
not.
well.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon for him. I mean, wasn't there a wrestler at the Rumble that said that she was flying just wedding or some shit?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
So it's
It was
not
great.
uncommon for him. Well, that's just it. It's proven that he's willing to fuck with the dirt sheets and bring kayfabe back in a way that, as fans, like, wait, was that real? Was that kayfabe? Is that real heat? Is it backstage heat?
Yeah. No, I
It
know.
do-
Yeah, you're
it
right.
doesn't matter because it's heat and it's getting you invested
It
in the
doesn't matter.
story.
They had nothing going into this match. For all the star power, this was a wet fart. No one cared about it. It was not run
Until
well
2
at
weeks
all.
ago. Now
Until
everybody cares.
that promo.
And now look at it.
Till that promo, and
Now
now
look
it's
at
like
it. Same
now
with
this is
Gunther and
definitely
Jay. It cooled off, and now everybody cares about
this
it.
this
So
dwarfed Jay and Gunther now with the chatter though. Unfortunately, it
isn't it
has.
amazing? Isn't it amazing? All right.
But okay,
Title.
next.
Let's stay on the title tour here. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is gonna flatten LA Knight at
How about versus
WrestleMania.
Randy Orton? How about the three-way?
Well, we're not there yet. But Jacob
I know.
Fatu versus LA Knight. I think it's
Okay.
going to be Jacob Fatu, hands down. It's his crowning moment. They're launching a new star at WrestleMania.
If they keep it as is, it will be Jacob Fatu. If they throw in Orton, I'm not quite sure.
If they throw in Orton, I think it's Orton. But
yes.
as the card is today on Saturday,
Jacob Fatu, 100%.
Yeah.
On 11th,
LA Knight, unfortunately, too. Guy with a lot of star power. Guy who people love. He's in a Jey Uso type spot. The fans absolutely adore him. Is he the main event slot guy or the penultimate, the IC title, type holder main event? I don't think so. He's proven he's a short title reign kind of guy, I think. And I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm glad he got his shine, but yeah, we're not going to sacrifice Jacob Fatu's upside for LA Knight for a mid-title reign. So, yep.
LA Knight is guy, right place, wrong time.
Yeah, agreed.
He came in during Roman's reign. Nobody was going to top Roman.
Nope.
And now he's on the same brand and he's under Cody's shadow. So he has no room to be the top babyface on the card. Therefore, he cannot be the champ. So either he has to do a spectacular heel turn and get rid of every catchphrase he has.
I agree.
And be far less entertaining. Or he got to switch over to Raw. And then if you told me it's LA Knight versus Gunther in the summer for the title, I sort of could buy it. But LA Knight, right guy, right time, wrong place. I'm sorry, right place, wrong time.
Agreed.
So, sorry, LA. You're going to make Jacob Fatu a giant star in the company. Alex, where do you fall
absolutely.
on this one?
Honestly, I had no idea this match was going on, but
There
I'm
you go.
also in the same boat. I feel that Fatu is the way to go.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Okay,
And then
I'm not
I
mad
am
at that.
predicting a show stealer for night one. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande
Oh
Americano. Wink, wink.
God,
We know it's Chad Gable under that
no,
match,
it's
that
not.
ridiculous theme song.
No, it's not. It's 100% a different guy.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I forgot about El Grande's match against El Santo 30 years
Yeah,
ago.
and Mil
Yes, I
Marascus,
apologize. Yes.
and Mil Marascus.
So
You
good.
know.
That whole video package where they introduced him
Oh
was
God.
just incredible.
What about when
Absolutely
Alicia
incredible.
Taylor announced him from a Gulf of America? Holy
Oh, it was
shit!
so good. The booze, the heat.
They
It's
got in trouble
so
for that though
yeah, but you know what?
by
That's an
Netflix.
ask forgiveness rather than permission thing.
They
It's
actually got in
so
trouble by
good.
Netflix for it. If you notice, they didn't announce it the second week.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
Nope.
Not at the first week.
But Pam,
I'm gonna go, I think you give Ray one more win at WrestleMania and then he never wins again.
I
And you
disagree. I say
unmask.
Chad wins.
Ooh, you know what? As I was just saying it,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna change my tune. I think El Grande wins because I think they're gonna build to a mask versus mask match
I think so
at
too.
Backlash.
Yep.
So I think Grande Americano wins this match. Gable gets his
Long
WrestleMania
await,
moment under a
I
match.
just
long awaited moment of getting over a luchador.
I just want to take
Exactly.
the time to say, let's praise Chad Gable for this because
What a guy.
him working
What a
him
performer.
working with El Grande Americano has really upped his game, and he's been a good mentor to him. But no, I think
Everything they give Chad Gable, he turns to gold.
he's
He is
unbelievable.
Yep.
Midas. It's
He
incredible.
really is.
I don't care where he is on the card. I don't care
Yeah.
who he's working with. I don't care what storyline.
He this was a guy who was
He is
feuding with
that
Gunther.
guy. Yeah, he
This
was
was a
feuding
guy
with
who was
Gunther. That was
it was
fantastic.
believable, and it
He
was
was
believable.
Alpha Academy. That was
Yep.
fantastic. He turns on Oaks. That was great. He's feuding with the Wyatts and makes them look good. He's Penta's debut match, takes the L, makes Penta look amazing. Everybody's talking about that performance. Now he's doing this, and it's so
It's so good.
hilarious.
It's
So
so good.
Chad Gable earning every penny of his contract.
Yep, I go with Chad
Alex,
Gable.
where's your final say on this one?
I would agree. I feel like I'm
All right.
agreeing with Matthew a lot, but
Yep.
I feel like this is
It's-
more. This isn't the
We're all
time
agreeing
for a
kind of
Grande
right now.
Americano.
We're all
to
agreeing on
lose.
this one. We've been pretty uniform.
We're pretty
Last title match to talk about for Saturday, night one, New Day versus the War Raiders. All right, Joe, kick it off.
New Day. They have to. I like the War Raiders. I know Todd personally. They had a great little run. I want them to get their WrestleMania moment. I don't think they're the long-term story. I think you need the heel turn of New Day to be validated, and you need them as killers. And I'm enjoying their turn. Believe it or not, I really am. I've enjoyed it since the beginning. It floundered a little bit. I must want fish, but it floundered really bad after the Big E stuff died down, and now they're getting their heat back. They need the title. They need this reign to go on like a little bit of a rampage and validate them. And I want to see what they can do with it as heels, like real heels, not likable unicorn heels. I want real heels. I want to see this, and I want to see who they'd put against them, because the War Raiders, you can just slot anybody in from Raw into that spot to feud with them, no problem, and it's serviceable. But you're really going to have to kind of work to figure out who's going to fight or feud with the New Day. So I go with New Day.
I'm this one I'm a little torn on because I could see Big E comes in and costs them the match.
I think there'll be a Big
War
E
Raiders
appearance,
gets the win.
possibly. Yeah.
I feel like Big E's gonna make an appearance, but you know what? I'm gonna go with you on this one, Joe. I'm gonna go New Day to
Mhm.
solidify the heel turn,
Yep.
and they get to be the chicken shit champs that War Raiders chases for the next month, 2 months. and eventually steals it out from under them. So I'm gonna go New Day. Alex, do you have a pick? New Day versus War Raiders.
I flipped the coin and the War Raiders came up.
Okay.
There you
And
go.
I feel like,
2-1.
Alex, to be honest, knowing you, and I know you well, you would have picked the War Raiders anyway.
I think you would've.
Probably. Honestly, I actually don't know. I have no idea who the War Raiders are.
Ooh.
If you looked
We
at
gotta
them,
send
you'd
you
be like,
some
okay,
of
War
their,
Raiders.
we get some of their stuff from Japan, Alex. You'll love them.
Oh, they're unbelievable.
They're
I called
incredible. Two like 400 plus pound dudes that are as athletic as Kenny Omega, basically. Just
yeah,
insane.
I called Todd's match in Fenway. Ivar is Todd, and we've known him from back then, back in like 2017.
Did they used to
So
be called the Viking Raiders?
they used to be called everything. Vince
They
McMahon couldn't
were.
decide what the hell to call them.
Yeah,
They were the
Vince
Viking
McMahon hated using
Raiders.
the word war. And
Yeah.
so when they got called up from NXT, he changed them, and then
They were the experience.
Triple H very slyly found a time to be like, we're going back to the cool name. To hell with this Viking Raiders thing.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Then
God.
All right.
I do know who they are.
Okay.
So we've gotten through all the title matches. It's time for 2 grudge matches to close out Saturday. We are talking Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
Oh my God. Okay. I could care less. I'm so aggravated at myself on that one.
You could care less, or you couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less because I like Jade. She's freaking overrated. She's so overrated. Naomi's doing some good work. However, Naomi and Bianca should be fined for putting me through that awful Real Housewives stint like 2-3 months ago for, like 7 minutes on SmackDown where they cried or attempted to cry, and it was brutal. It was like one of the worst promos I've ever seen in my life. Jade, I'll tell you this, like hot take. I have a buddy of mine who loves Jade so much. Like my buddy Donnie is like the biggest Jade fan. I would argue that Jada Parker from NXT is so much better in this role than Jade is. I think Jada Parker is amazing. I think Jade is overrated. She's big, and yeah, she's imposing looking. As far as like a character for me, yeah, I'm not buying it. I think I would like Naomi to get the win because of the character work she's at least putting in, and she's doing decent stuff with what she has. But I think Jade's just gonna squash her. Let's just call it what it is. Jade's gonna squash her.
I'm going likewise. I think it's gonna be Jade, and it's not gonna take long, unfortunately.
No.
I think I love that Naomi's getting a spotlight. I love that Naomi's built herself up to getting a singles match, not for a title, at WrestleMania. I think that's a great kudos to her. Because I would have thought this would have been Bianca's spot as the turncoat who knocked out Jade. And I think they're still going to get there eventually.
I do too.
But I love this for Naomi. I also think the entrances and the gear in this match are going to be the best of both nights because Jade and Naomi are both expert show people. Like their gear, their hair, their look, their entrances are going to be amazing for this thing.
Yeah, I can agree.
So, but I'm with you. It's going to be Jade. It's going to be Jade all the way. Alex, do you have a pick on this one?
I have no horse in this race, and I flipped a coin for Jade.
And Jade anyway from AEW, so.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm not going to call this the main event. We're going to call this the last match of night one. We are at the triple threat match, gentlemen. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Joe, I feel like you have lots of feelings. Why don't you start on this one?
So my whole thing is I'm extremely happy as CM Punk is my favorite wrestler of all time. I started thinking about that the other day. I can't believe I'm saying it, but he is truly my favorite wrestler of all time. He's the one that I'm the most passionate about, and I've always just like I cried when he returned to AEW. Like I cried in a restaurant when he showed up on fucking Rampage. Like it was just so he's not winning though. That's my point. He's getting the main event. Phil gets to be main event Phil. Or, night one event Phil. He gets it. He's not winning. Roman's not winning. Seth's winning. And Seth's walking out with Paul Heyman.
100% agreement from my end.
Yep. It's
Without
just
Same.
so
question,
obvious. It's so
this
obvious.
is Seth's crowning moment
Yep.
to beat both of these guys and to
Yep.
walk out. I loved that segment with Seth and Paul Heyman the
Oh,
other
it was
night
so good.
on
He's like, "Are
Raw.
you worth this much? Are you worth this
Yep.
much?" Oh, so
I
good.
heard
So good.
a critique the other day where it's like, "Oh no, you're putting these three baby faces against each other." I was like, "Motherfucker, you're
They're
not
not
paying
baby
attention.
faces. Yeah, you're not paying
You're not
attention
paying
at all.
attention." Seth Rollins has been a heel
Yeah,
since
for a
Survivor
while.
Series.
Yeah.
Since Survivor Series, he's just being super underhanded about it. And he's doing a great thing that heels do, which is he absolutely thinks he's the hero of the story.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
100% justified.
Yeah.
And he's playing on that. He is a heel. He is a great heel. And I think he made way too much sense with
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
Heyman
Yeah.
the other night. It's gonna be Seth standing
Yeah.
tall over
It's
these
definitely
two.
gonna be Seth
I
standing
can't
tall.
wait.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
because also I don't know if it's too much of a booking, but Seth might factor into my mic too. But yeah, I still call Seth night one. Seth wins.
Ooh, interesting.
And
All
I
right,
still
before
think
we get
Seth
to
I
the
still
two,
think
Alex,
Seth pins Punk too.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
would love it if.
I think
Go ahead,
Seth
buddy.
wins. Yeah, I think Seth wins.
Yeah.
3 for 3. All right, there you go. One last thing, Alex. Who takes the fall? Is it Seth? Is it Roman or Punk that gets pinned?
Am I right in
Which,
thinking that Roman has never actually pinned, or Seth has always pinned Roman in a three-way? Like Roman's never beaten him in a triple threat.
Correct.
I
Correct.
I
could,
believe that's
I
correct.
could, I could see him pinning Roman in the triple threat. I think it would
I
be
could see
funnier
that
if he
too.
pinned Seth. Like I can see him pinning CM Punk too. Like I almost like Roman takes out Punk,
Yeah.
and then Seth will come in as the sneaky victory.
I think Heyman is going to be the decider of the factor on Punk's fall.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Because what the favor was what? I'll be in your corner, but doesn't mean you would be in
Yes.
his corner at the end of the night.
Correct. And
Exactly.
it's gonna like Matthew said, Seth made too much sense. Roman was at home chilling while he got blasted through a table. And then you could play the whole, did Punk even take you on his journey when he came back? Did Punk, or were you too, you know what I mean? Like he played on Seth's, I mean, he played on Heyman's insecurities there. And Heyman's a master storyteller. Like, I just think you've seen Seth, I mean, you've seen Heyman with Punk. You've seen Heyman with Roman for 4.5 years. You've never seen Seth with Heyman. You've never
Mhm.
seen two brilliants. You've got an architect and a mastermind.
Two
Let's go with it.
visionaries. Two
Let's go. Yeah,
visionaries
two
right there.
visionaries. Let's go
Mm.
with it.
Two visionaries. And here's the thing I will say: the draft is going to be coming up. If
Yeah.
if Cody is your champ, and you can build Seth over there and say, I couldn't beat you on my own, but now that I have my advocate, I'm going to be the guy that beats you. That's a story you can tell. That's a
Yeah.
story you can tell. There's lots of things to well. All
There's a
right,
lot of
gentlemen, that
ways to
takes
go.
care of night one. We are going to transition now into Sunday. Tickets just $5. No, that's not true at all. But
I
Logan
wish.
Paul versus AJ Styles. So
All
who do
right.
we got on
Good.
this one? I'm gonna go first.
You go for it, Matthew.
I'm gonna say AJ Styles. I
Wow.
think we are on AJ's last run.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
they're gonna build up AJ to have one more title contendership. And I
Yeah.
think AJ needs to win way more than Logan Paul does.
I agree. I think you're going to end up with AJ Styles going over Logan Paul, and I think it's the feel good moment that you didn't get on night one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
I
very
mean,
well said, Alex. Well said.
I don't think AJ, I hate saying this because I love AJ. I don't think in the current fans' mind, AJ matters as much for a feel good moment, but I'm not going to disagree
It,
that AJ is going to win.
it's not that AJ matters for a feel good moment; it's that Logan losing is what the feel good moment is.
Yeah.
People
Well
hate
said.
Logan Paul, and to see him lose
I
will
love Logan
also
Paul.
give it. I love to hate him, and
Yeah.
watching him lose is going to give AJ Styles the first start on the bump back into title contendership.
Yeah. And Logan's new finisher is so freaking cool. It is such a cool finisher. My God, the pulverizer. That's brilliant. All right, I'm with that. And I would swing back to night one if you guys say Gunther won. I would say if AJ wins this, I'm pushing for AJ to win it. I would say you could have AJ Gunther down the road, where AJ takes it from Gunther. I think AJ Styles is a talent you don't let him go out without one more accolade.
I think it's very, very possible.
He gets one
Speaking
more
of
accolade.
accolades, let's move over to our multi-man intercontinental title match. And I have a hot take, gentlemen.
Okay, I
have a
want to
hot
hear it
take.
because
Dominic Mysterio is going to pin Finn Balor in the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm with you, and I'll be so mad if it doesn't happen.
Honestly, I didn't think that was a hot take because I was assuming that's what it was building to based on little bits I've seen.
I was assuming them showing the parallels of Eddie and him wearing the same shirt and the Intercontinental title and all that. I'm like, he's gonna get this title before Finn. He's definitely getting that.
And the thing is
Well,
that
they're going to turn Finn face this year. I feel like they're going to turn Finn face, and I feel like this is the moment you break up Judgment Day for good, right? Dominic cheats to win as much as you can cheat in a fatal four-way.
Yeah, right.
Rewards him in there, and now every babyface on Raw has a great reason to go after Dominic Mysterio. That is a joy to watch. That will be to watch like all three of these guys chasing Dominic over the next few months would be fantastic.
Him come out and Liv trying to catch a promo with him with the belt, just him trying to get a word in Edgewood. Oh man, that'd be great. But I think Braun has proven, unlike Gunther, he's not validated by title reigns. This guy is validated by his spear and how cool he can deliver it. And
here's why I think it's okay that Braun loses. Because
he doesn't get pinned.
I think Braun gets pinned too. That was my thing too.
But Braun could move up to Gunther. You wanna test this metal. You take the title off him this way, and you start building towards him taking on Gunther at SummerSlam for the world title.
Yeah, I'm with Alex though. I think somehow Mysterio pins Gunther. I mean, Braun.
No, I don't think Dom pins. I think Dom pins Finn.
I think Dom pins Braun.
No, I think the way you protect Braun is to have him lose the title without getting pinned, because then he can argue that, hey, I never got pinned. I shouldn't be bumped down anything.
See, I think you have Dom, through a whole lot of assistance, shenanigans, whatever, pin Braun and be able to hold that over Braun's head, being like, I beat you. You know what I mean? I think Dom is going to get a big moment here. A big moment.
I agree. Dom is getting a big moment. I think it's going to be expensive Finn. I don't think you have Penta pinned. I don't think you have
not yet.
Braun pinned for the same reason.
You got to protect Penta, which is the whole reason it's a multi-man match.
And it's too early for Penta to get any type of title. I'd be pissed if they hot
shot him. Agreed. And by having Finn in there and having Finn lose at the expense of Dom is a great way to suddenly turn him face, because people want to cheer for Finn Balor. And him going after
do they
Dom
really? I'm not noticing that. Do they? Okay.
Oh yeah. You give him his original theme music back.
Yes. Oh my God.
Right.
God. And then the demon and everything.
And then you build the demon back up. But anyway, what's the next match on the card? Because I realize we're coming up on time.
Yeah, I know. We got to.
Yeah. I'm gonna let's do a quick throwaway here. The women's tag titles. It's gonna be Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra. Judgment Day, by all means, Bayley's gonna turn heel against Lyra in the match after she loses.
I'm gonna go with Bayley and Lyra, and then they have the uncomfortable tagging, but Bayley wants to be champ.
Very plausible. Alex, what's the
call? It's time. It's tale as old as time.
I'm going with Judgment Day because I think they can pull that out in a way that Dom wins, and then the Judgment Day wins, and it's like, Finn, you're useless. Why are you still here?
Yeah. Exactly. See, that's where I'm thinking too, Alex. I agree.
Guys. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What's the next
Street fight: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I'm actually more excited for this match than I thought I would be.
I'm not even excited about this at all. I'm so.
mad. See, I'm really excited for because I feel like this is two guys that are coming in with a chip on their shoulder. to
Drew
really prove
deserves so
something.
much more. Drew deserves so much more.
I give them. I think this is gonna be a great one. I think. I hope Drew wins.
Me
I'm
too.
hoping
That's
Drew's
what I'm
gonna
going
win this
for.
one. I'm gonna vote with my heart, not my head, and
Sa-
say Drew McIntyre takes it.
Yep.
I'm in agreement, and I actually think that this is the one that's got the best chance to steal the show for night 2. Because
Oh,
like
I
Matthew
think
I
said,
so. Because
agree
like
with
you
you on
said,
that.
chip on their shoulders of where they
yeah,
are on the
Yep.
roster.
it's
Yeah, I
it's
think.
it's two guys with something to prove, and
Yeah.
there's something to prove, not at the expense of each other. I feel like
Right.
they're gonna go out and make
Exactly.
each other look like absolute
Rock
stars.
stars. I
Yep.
agree. I agree with that.
And I
Okay.
still
All right.
think
Cool.
you're building towards a Drew title run at some point in 2025. So
Yep.
this will be a stepping stone towards that.
I think so too.
All right,
Depending
then.
on. Yep.
No, I don't think it matters who's champ. I still think Drew's,
Oh, okay.
but Drew is one of 3 men to pin Cody Rhodes since Cody Rhodes has been back in a
Correct.
one-on-one
Correct.
setting.
Correct.
After that. All right, then we get to the Women's World Championship, Io versus Rhea versus Bianca.
Okay.
Power to Io Sky, man. Like they have
100%
built Io Sky into a much bigger star.
than she
And
is.
what a swerve. We all thought we knew where the road was
Oh
coming
yeah.
out of
This is a
Elimination
big.
Chamber,
This
and
was a
they
big swerve.
swerved us.
This was a big
All
swerve.
right, Joe, where are you going on this one?
I'm gonna go with Io to retain. I'm gonna have
Me
them
too.
both be disappointed because,
Yeah.
quite personally, I liked what they've done with Io. I like that they built her up. Bianca is most definitely a heel. The audience just wants to boo the
Correct.
shit out of her badly.
Correct.
Rhea,
Yep, she's doing all the heel stuff.
Rhea's been there, done that. Rhea's not gonna lose any
Rhea's
steam by
Rhea's
being mommy.
bulletproof.
Rhea's bulletproof,
Yeah.
right?
Rhea's bulletproof.
I'm gonna say Bianca takes the fall and Io retains. And I think that's
Same.
the right move. I think it's the right move. The only way I'll accept Bianca winning is a heel turn. But then you're gonna tell me
Sure.
you're gonna have her and Charlotte be heels. I'm going with Io. I think Io takes it because you go from being an afterthought to the deciding factor. So Io takes it.
Well, and they keep doing the thing of like, oh, we're shoving Io to the side, and then she fights back and ends up
Exactly.
putting egg on both their faces. I think the match goes the same way. Rhea,
I do
Bianca
too.
get in each other's way. Io
Yep.
capitalizes. I agree. Bianca takes the fall.
Yep.
And Bianca really completely descends into madness in the heel turn, which will lead
Agreed.
to her and Jade at some point very soon down the line.
Yep. Because I
Alex,
still
where do
say
you
that
fall
she's
with
the
this
one who
triple threat
truly
match?
pushed Jade.
I think
I
if you
agree.
want to
I still
build,
think they're going to reveal her as like the mastermind of the whole thing.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I think if you want to build Io Sky, you have her win this match.
Yeah.
There's no reason I can think of for Rhea to become champion again.
Not again.
And
No.
and if you want Bianca to turn heel and go after Jade, then this is the way to send her down the madness. And it makes more sense to me to have Io come out as champion.
I just don't see Io Sky going in 2 years in a row as champ at WrestleMania and losing 2 years in a row as champ at
Same.
WrestleMania.
I agree.
I don't see the need for it this
No.
time.
Nope.
All right, and that brings us to the main event of WrestleMania
does.
41.
All right.
Cody
Here we go.
Rhodes versus John Cena, and John
Man, am I
Cena
excited
is
for
going
this.
to break the record and become the 17-time WWE champion. Period. End of story. Big match John is going to unseat Cody Rhodes.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
go with you're wrong.
agree with Matthew.
I understand, and my heart wants that so much. I am gonna go with you're wrong. Cody retains, only because of Cena's promo when he said, "I take this, I go home. You can go on Fanatics, you can buy the toy belt." But if they didn't release Cena's appearance schedule from now till SummerSlam or now till like Money in the Bank, I'd agree that Cena would take it. I think because Cena's going to be on every Raw and SmackDown after Mania going forward, I think he's chasing Cody. I think you hear the glass
I actually
break.
think the appearance schedule makes it more likely Cena's winning.
Agreed.
Okay. But he said he would take it and go home.
He's a heel. He lies.
Okay.
Why would I
All right.
believe anything John Cena as a heel says to me ever? This is not hustle, loyalty, respect, John
Good point.
Cena.
This isn't
What
the John
he
Cena
can
that
make
you
it up.
can
He said
trust
he
and
was going to
believe.
retire at the end of the year, so now he's saying, "Oh, I'm just going to take it and leave." No, he's
Yeah, you're right.
flopping. He can do whatever he wants. He's a heel.
Yep.
Okay, I would love it because I
Cody
do
is
think you get
so
Stone
much
Cold
better
Steve
to
Austin in
chase.
this match.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Cody
yeah,
is so much better chasing, and I think this is how you get people invested in Cody again. Because I find Cody has a finite shelf life where after a certain point, he's got people start to turn on him no matter how you're structuring the
yeah.
story. Having him lose and then chase again for his second reign, I think is the way to go.
I'll tell
I
you
don't,
what, Cody brought me back around.
yeah, like
So I would agree
I
with
don't,
you, but he brought me back around.
I don't think you need to have Cody even close to Roman's record. I don't,
No, God, no. I hope
right?
to God not.
So I think by giving him a couple of short reigns it makes so much more sense than him retaining year after year after year
Yeah.
through heel and face turns. Have him lose, have him chase Cena again. Like maybe The Rock interferes this time and Cody can't overcome The Rock.
See,
It could be The Rock.
I
It could be Orton. It could be. I mean, there's
Seth
so many
Rollins.
ways to. Seth Rollins can come in
Yep.
absolutely, and you tie in because here's the thing:
Yep.
this is Cena's farewell tour. At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
he's going to break the record as a heel. Which what an amazing thing to do!
He
If he
will
was going to
break
break
it,
the record, I'd
but I
rather
don't
it
think it's
as a
at
heel
Mania.
than a babyface.
Same.
Agreed.
I don't think
It's
it's
his
at
last
Mania though.
Mania. It's his last main event at Mania. I think Cody has no qualms about putting Cena over.
Oh, I don't
I
think that.
think
Yeah.
this is going to be great. I think this is going to be so much better than people are anticipating it will
I
be.
think it's going to
And
be one of the best
I'm going to go on
matches of
record.
years.
This has been a great heel turn by John Cena.
This has been the
I
best
thought
heel
they
turn
had
since Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry.
this has been incredible. I think he and Cody have been lighting it up on the mic. I think it's
Yeah.
been just the right amount of physicality.
Yep. I think so
I
too.
am extremely on board with this build, and I think Cena's going to take it, and then Cody gets to chase him, as you both say. But I also
Yeah.
think now you open it up, right? Okay, AJ Styles beats Logan Paul. Do you get one more AJ Styles versus John Cena match with
Yeah.
AJ as the babyface?
Mm-hmm.
Could happen.
So
You could have
I think,
Damian
yeah,
Priest, former champ, goes after
here
him.
is
LA Knight loses the US title, goes after John Cena because they partnered in
yeah.
2023. Remember,
That's true.
they were
Yeah. Right.
together
Right.
on that. You
Fastlane.
can bring
Yep.
that in there. There's so many scenarios to line the guys up to
Here's
face John Cena on his
my
way out
thing though.
as a heel.
I said Cody for WrestleMania. Cody will survive the night, but he will be beat the shit down. I think you hear the glass break and it helps Cody. But I think there will be an inevitable third man at the end of the night. And who it is it Roman? I mean, is it Rollins? Is it Orton? Are the only two up in the air question marks for me right now.
It's Mama Rhodes. She jumps the
It's Mama
barricade and
Rhodes.
costs her baby
Yeah.
boy the title.
But
That's it.
he keeps the title and Cena goes ballistic. And then it's John Cena's quest to end Cody Rhodes. And Cena will get it maybe even at Backlash, but he won't get it at WrestleMania because we're expecting it at WrestleMania. And knowing who John Cena is as a human being, I don't think he wants to take it at WrestleMania. I think he would be okay with losing because there's probably more story. But what I want to know is we've seen him as Cena come out just as the same, we're changed, he's not. He's him. And he's entrance music's the same, look is the same except darker colors, which I dig. I think
There is some subtlety there, which I really
yeah,
appreciate.
right.
He is
Yeah.
wearing darker shades of his
They're
colors now.
darker
There
shades
is
of his
something there.
colors. Correct. It's
Yeah,
almost like a Bizarro style thing. But what I would say,
exactly.
when I think the whole thing is going to hinge on how the entrance goes for John Cena and this match, because I don't think you're just going to get what we've been getting leading up to it. I think you might even hear like a tease of like the opening chords of Thugonomics, like word life, and then it'll be like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr," and then it just shuts down.
See, if
Then
you
it
do
plays
that though, you get a pop.
right, but you won't get the pop if they cut it immediately.
you would get the pop.
Mm,
You'd get the
you'd get the
pop
pop.
initially, and then you'd get boos when they go
I think
back.
they
Like I
want the
think he
pop initially.
I think he fucks with you going to the ring, but I think John Cena's going to go to the ring in black. I think he's going to go in the ring in black with no logos, no nothing.
I wish he would go to the ring with no music whatsoever, no
That's what I'm
cue,
hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
no opening chords of anything.
Well, I'm hoping he
I
teases
wish they
2
turn
songs.
out the lights on the stadium
Same.
and it's just him in a spotlight
And
and
he
he
just
walks out in
walks
silence to the booze.
slow. Yes, that's what I want.
I would
I I'm
love that.
hoping it's that. I'm hoping it's that. Because what I think you're gonna get, and maybe call me, an oracle
Call
here.
Me Maybe? Sure.
Do you remember when Miz did the opening? I mean, his intro for 27 to Hate Me Now by
Yeah,
Nas,
the Hate Me
and it
Now.
was this,
Yeah,
and it was this
phenomenal
big
video package.
amazing, but it was a big montage of the Miz. I think you're gonna get a montage of John Cena, like the hero's journey into what he is now. And then I think, like I said, they can't resist. They'll pop Thugonomics, but it won't come on. They'll pop his music, but it won't come on. And then the lights go down completely. Everything shuts down Wyatt style. And then boom, just one light. And he walks to the ring, sauntering to booze. No towel, no the last time is now, just black, monochromatic, just walks to the ring. Jorts probably, but like just black hat, black shirt, black jorts, walks to the ring, quiet, stoic like an Iceman, and goes there. And I think I just I want him to win 17 so bad. So the whole thing is okay. So we just don't trust John Cena. What he says, he lied. He comes out and goes, "I lied. I'm staying."
I'm a heel.
Instead of
He's a heel.
oh,
Lies all the time. Heels lie
okay,
all the
all right.
time about
I'm with
everything.
you on that. I'm with you on that if that happens. Otherwise, I think he doesn't get it at Mania, but he gets it somewhere very soon because he goes crazy that he doesn't get it. That's what I think.
I think it makes more
I,
sense for him to get it, and then you set up, like Matthew said, all of the people chasing John Cena one last time.
Yeah.
You get all of these dream matches with Cena, as opposed to him chasing Cody, failing, and then what do you do with Cena at that point?
Yeah.
Like
Punk
he
is the
can't
one to beat Cena and turn him back to the light
exactly, and
in the end.
that's what I think you're going to
could
get
be
is a
Randy
Punk.
Orton.
Either way, you're
Could
going to
be.
get
Could
someone
be.
like that facing Cena at the end. They turn him heel. They beat him, but they turn him heel, take the belt, and they help him realize he's not
You mean
the
turn him
man.
face?
Yes, I do mean that.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to get him beat Cody, go on a journey where he's either beating or just barely beating a lot of the older foes, and then the biggest rival comes out and
I
reminds him
think
of who
he
he is.
starts as vicious as humanly possible and gets less vicious as time goes on.
Yeah,
The chink in his armor, he can't help but let the love
I
back in.
and I also think it's time for Cody to drop it. I think people are right now. Cody is still super popular, and I don't
He's
think that
extremely popular, man.
like I don't think you need to waste that. Have him, with keeping the belt longer than he necessarily needs to.
The European chants have made their way into America. That's how popular he is.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. I love it. You guys have the best fucking chants. I wish every show was over in the UK and in Europe. Like it's so much better than what we have here
They're getting
on
there.
TV.
They're getting there.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good. But
This summer,
yeah,
leading up to Klein Paris, they got another like
that's right.
2-3 week tour in Europe. So
That's right.
they're working
I
their
mean,
way towards doing
I
fewer and
Yep.
fewer
think
shows in the US.
before we sign off, what I wanted to do is take the time to publicly. I've done this without you on the show, Matthew, but I want to take the time to publicly bend the knee to you and acknowledge you as a visionary of wrestling judgment because I never in a million years thought John Cena was going to turn heel. There was just no way in holy hell that was ever going to happen. And it happened for exactly every single reason you said. You literally said, look at the press conference he gave after Royal Rumble. You said that is a heel press conference. And I was like, it's just words. You're reading into you were 110% right. Every video package has shown it. Every single thing you said went down exactly how you said it would go down. And that is so impressive. And also,
Even a
I'm
broken clock is right
I'm
twice a day.
so happy that they had the balls to do this because yes, we could have got him happy to be here and farewell and all. No, this is easily the biggest moment in wrestling in the last 20 years, as far as I'm concerned. And
It's
I
far interesting.
said, how the hell are you ever going to top 4 years of the Bloodline? It's just not able to do it. I'll be honest. I'm like, Bloodline, what? It doesn't even come close to the magnitude of this heel turn. The Bloodline story with Roman's title reign, it's nothing compared to this. They demolished it, and it hasn't even started yet.
See,
They're that good.
I think you're opening a can of worms that both Matthew and I want to get into, but
Yeah,
given
we will.
given the time, I think that might be a part 2 coming at some point in the not too
Yeah.
distant future.
I'll just come back on.
Yes, and so
on
we're
that,
gonna.
I was gonna say on that note, Matthew, your details are in the show notes. Read Matthew's books; they're great.
Yes.
Listen to
Listen to
Matthew's
the
show.
podcast,
It's
Comics for You.
fantastic. So good. I'm learning
It's
how to
over
do
on, you can
intros
get it on
better.
Apple. Oh, please. We got Spotify, we got Apple. It's over on RSS.com's feed as well. Episode 6 is getting ready to drop. I've got Greg Katzman, who's going to talk all about publicity in comics. So if you wanted to learn any and everything about the comics industry from an insider to another insider, this is a great one. We have people from editorial. We have creators, Condon, editors like Heather Antos talking about what it takes to make Star Wars and Star Trek comics. Even Rob Young came on and talked about what it takes to run a comic book convention, which is something very few people have ever talked about. Alex Segura, we got some great names coming up. So listen, Comics for You, it's great. Really proud of it. Thanks for being supportive, guys, and appreciate letting me plug it on the show.
Always.
It's like an encyclopedia for comics.
Yes.
Thank you. That's how I picture it. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.